Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into this Americans for Limited Government breaking news update. Here's the latest. U.S. hostage negotiators are currently in Israel, working alongside their Israeli counterparts to help rescue those taken hostage by Hamas. We know that at least 20 Americans are still missing. Some may be held hostage. Our special forces are on standby to help Israel locate these Americans. Two top U.S. military officials told The Messenger that our door kickers are on standby in nearby European countries. These guys are all set to assist Israel in their fight against Hamas. And let me tell you, Hamas should be shaking in their boots. Now, let's clarify who these door kickers are. Carl Higbie is a former Navy SEAL. He gives us the lowdown in an interview with Newsmax TV.
Door kickers are people who do just that, kick doors. And look, SEALs are trained extensively in hostage rescue, a high-value target. We go in, we get people, we kill them, or we capture them, or we save our own people. What's going to happen here is now you're talking about nit-and-gritty door-to-door stuff. Now, the intelligence that goes behind this is the biggest battle. You have to find out where they are. You have limited resources. You travel in small teams, 4, 8, 16 tops, because you have to get in and get out without being found, because we don't have the firepower among a small group to take on an entire Hamas cell on an 8-block radius. So intelligence is the first thing. The next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to send guys into those doors. Now, when you're in a barricaded position like these Hamas guys are, it's a 10-to-1 ratio of how risky it is. There's a 1,000% chance that the guys coming through the door are the ones who are going to take the bullet, because obviously the other guys are barricaded. They know their routes and entrances and exits. We're coming into a new place. That said, these Hamas guys are screwed. There is nobody better in the world anywhere that can do this better than American forces. And they're going to go in. As long as we can locate our people, we will get them back, and we will kill a lot of bad guys in the process.
You know, talking about that, these are people, these are terrorist groups, Hamas particularly, that know no war crimes. And we've seen that. Right. And they don't hold back. They fight in a barbaric manner. What is that like when it's not military to military combat, but rather facing these factions, facing these terrorist groups in terms of fighting? What is that like?
Well, the biggest threat is the rules of engagement. So right now, we don't know what those are going to be. They haven't been defined clearly. The general rules of engagement is we try not to kill people who are not trying to kill us. But when you're fighting a faction like this, you could be a terrorist 1 second, take off your bulletproof vest and throw up your hands and say, I'm a civilian, I'm not engaged in this stuff. And that's a discretion call. I would encourage American leaders to be very, very flexible and take the word of the guys on the ground, not looking to hang guys out for war crimes or stupid stuff that they've done in the past. You need to back our troops that you just sent into an extremely dangerous scenario. Let them make the judgment calls on the ground, because you are fighting people that will just disperse back into the mix. Let them do their job, and there is going to be collateral damage, but we need to be accepting of that.
Really quickly, the place we're talking about in Gaza is roughly a little more than 20 miles. I mean, for
Manhattan,
right? For something like for a special ops team to go in, is it safe to assume that there is intel out there that may harbor where the Americans could be held hostage? Otherwise, it seems like finding a needle in a haystack.
So our intelligence is really good. Without talking about too much, I have talked to a lot of guys who are on the periphery of these intel operations, currently going on. Our intel is really good. I mean, both sides have people embedded here and there. We know in generalities where these people are, but right now Hamas is counting on these hostages to keep Israel and maybe potentially down the line America from indiscriminately bombing entire sectors.
Let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the Biden administration's response so far to the ongoing war between Hamas and Israel? Are we doing enough, or should we step up our game? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And as always, thanks for tuning in, folks. We truly appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for more news updates coming your way.